Wilderness Survival Skills List, 12 Skills You Should Know. 7. Making shelter. Making shelter is a critical wilderness survival skill that can help protect you from the elements and provide much-needed rest. Knowing how to build simple shelters, such as wickiups, lean-tos, or debris huts, are key for staying safe in unfamiliar terrain. It's important to understand what materials work best when building these items and practice beforehand so you know how to construct them quickly and efficiently when needed. Making shelter is a critical wilderness survival skill that can help protect you from the elements and provide much-needed rest. With the right knowledge of materials, tools, and construction techniques, you can build simple shelters such as lean-tos or debris huts that are key for staying safe in unfamiliar terrain. Practicing beforehand will ensure you know how to construct these items quickly and efficiently. With this skill, your next adventure in the wild will be a much safer and more enjoyable experience. 8. Wilderness First Aid. Wilderness first aid is an essential wilderness survival skill that can help save lives in the event of an accident or injury. Knowing how to recognize and respond to medical emergencies, such as shock, fractures, and burns, is key for keeping yourself or others safe in the wilderness. It's important to understand basic first aid protocols when responding to medical emergencies and practice beforehand to know how to respond appropriately. Wilderness first aid is an essential skill that can help save lives in the event of an accident or injury. By understanding basic first aid protocols, recognizing medical emergencies such as shock and fractures, and responding appropriately in any situation, you are better prepared for the wilderness. Practicing beforehand will ensure that you know how to respond safely and effectively if something unexpected happens on your next adventure. 9. Hunting. Hunting is an important part of wilderness survival and can be a necessary skill in order to find food while out in the wild. Knowing how to identify game, set traps, track animals, and use firearms or other weapons are all helpful skills when it comes time for hunting. It's also essential to familiarize yourself with local laws on hunting before you set out and always practice safety when handling weapons. Hunting is an important part of wilderness survival that can help you find food in the wild. Knowing how to identify game, track animals, and safely use firearms or other weapons are all essential skills for hunting while outdoors. Before setting out on a hunt, it's also important to familiarize yourself with local laws regarding hunting and take necessary precautions whenever using any type of weapon. 10. Trapping. Trapping is another important wilderness survival skill that can help you find food while out in the wild. Knowing how to set snares, traps, and other primitive devices is essential for trapping animals such as rabbits or squirrels. Additionally, it's important to be aware of local laws and regulations on trapping before setting out and practice safety when handling any type of trap. Trapping is an essential wilderness survival skill that can help you find food while in the wild. Knowing how to set snares, traps, and other primitive devices is helpful for catching animals such as rabbits or squirrels. It's also important to familiarize yourself with local laws and regulations on trapping before setting out, as well as practice safety when handling any type of trap. 11. Bushcraft. Cooking. Bushcraft cooking is an important skill to have when out in the wild. Knowing how to cook food over a fire and prepare meals with minimal resources can help you survive if there isn't much sustenance available. Everyone must practice safety while handling open flames and familiarize themselves with how to cook food over a fire. Bushcraft cooking is an important skill for wilderness survival and can help you survive with minimal resources available for sustenance. Knowing how to prepare meals using only what's around you and safely cooking on open flames are essential skills when out in the wild. It's also important that everyone familiarizes themselves with safety protocols while handling fires before setting off into nature. 12. Navigation. Navigation is essential for wilderness survival, as it can help you know where to go and how to get there. Knowing your location concerning landmarks or other points of reference, reading maps correctly, and using a compass are all important skills when navigating the wild. It's also important to familiarize yourself with the local terrain and potential hazards before setting out and practicing safety when using any navigational tools or devices. Navigation is an essential skill for wilderness survival that can help you know where to go and how to get there in unfamiliar territory.